Which this is a nice. If I had a studio like this at home, that would be absolutely money. And this is your office. Yeah. Also, we're recording, by the way.
Oh, nice.
So,
yes, this is the office.
What'd you make us?
It is a love potion number 9. Got blackberry liqueur.
Okay.
What was strawberry vodka?
Okay.
And pomegranate juice, but I could not find pomegranate juice, so it's blueberry pomegranate juice.
Oh, that's pretty good though. Still
extra fruity.
The wife just texted me and said, "Try not to swear."
We will try our best at that.
What? Why does it matter? Oh well. All right, folks, as you can hear, if you are tuning in for this special podcast, we have a guest. Have you been on the podcast before?
Nope.
You've never been on the pod?
First time.
We have a very
we tried.
seasoned listener, I will say that. You've listened to almost all of them, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm a couple behind now, but...
What the heck? You can just say you're caught up, and we never would have known.
No one would have known.
Deal. How do you know the squad? What's your relationship to everyone?
I am Matt's brother-in-law.
DJ.
Have played a lot of volleyball with Trevor and Taylor.
Yep. We're golfing now together.
Yep, in golf leagues. And the wives know each other.
So we're technically over here for their what? Book club, right?
Not book club.
Not book club.
But book club.
Yeah, but book club. So everyone who is in book club, in air quotes, probably won't listen to this podcast, so it really doesn't matter. So we're over here for a hockey special, fellas, or ladies and gents. We are going to talk the Olympics that are coming up soon. We're going to get into the Minnesota Wild because DJ is a Minnesota Wild guy. And we're going to get into the Chicago Blackhawks because I am a Blackhawks fan. And I will just call out Trevor and Matt right now. They are not hockey individuals.
No, not at all.
I think they're trying, though. I think they would be willing to try. Trevor went to his first game last year in St. Louis, actually. He went to a St. Louis Wild game.
I saw that when they were on the way to Tennessee.
Yeah. Which is one way to go to your first hockey game, is go to a different state.
Yeah, road game's always fun. The Wild have a pretty awesome home environment, though.
Let's just open up with NHL talk. So the NHL is going on right now. The Olympics are starting.
United States women play on the 5th.
Okay. And then
the Czech Republic.
When do the guys play?
The 11th is when it starts, but the USA's first game is the 12th.
Okay. So the tournament starts a day before.
Yep. Canada's on the 13th.
Gotcha. And I'm really only going to watch Canada and the U.S. and whoever they play.
Sweden would be a good one to turn into as well.
Yeah, so I got some questions. DJ's our resident hockey expert. I know my stuff, but I think he follows it a little bit more, so that's why we got him on the pod. We're going to talk NHL because the NHLers are back in the Olympics for the first time in how long? Do you know? It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been a while.
And do you know why they didn't play in the or why they didn't play in the Olympics, or has it always just been one of those things where they want true amateurs to play in the Olympics?
I think it just had mostly to do with scheduling.
Scheduling, okay. Because the NHL...
It's during season and taking a break. I mean, so this year when they're going, they're taking an extended All-Star break. It's an extra 2 weeks off compared to what they normally get for the All-Star break. With
no All-Star game, though, right?
No All-Star game. They went away with the All-Star game last year, and they did a Pseudo Olympics style. It was
yeah, they did.
The Four Nations tournament.
Yeah, that was cool.
Sweden, Finland, Canada, USA.
Yeah. Did you watch that?
I watched quite a bit of it. It's kind of a dry run of the Olympic squad they were anticipating to bring. Canada, USA had quite the fireworks in the games that they had.
How many times did they play? Was it a true round robin? Did every team play once?
Everybody played everybody, and then there was a championship game.
Got you. So we got the 2026 Olympics in Italy. Correct.
Yep. Milan.
Starting in a couple days when this podcast comes out. So we're going to get into that, but I want to hear your take. The Wild made a pretty big move during the season. Was that before the trade deadline?
Yep, trade deadline's still not passed. They're looking maybe to make some more moves.
So we're going to see what you think the Wild need to make that push for the Stanley Cup, because from what I'm hearing and what I'm reading, you guys got like a 3-year window potentially to really smack that that Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I think it's wide open now. Windows open. Kind of were hampered with the buyouts of Parise and Suter the last couple of years to field a good squad, but they were still competitive with that.
I haven't heard that name in a long time. Those two names in a long time.
It's been a while. I mean, we were paying them still, I think it was $14 million in total for the last 2 years to not play for us.
To not play. But they didn't go anywhere, did they? They didn't play anywhere else?
Yeah, no, they did. Parise went to the Islanders.
Okay.
He is now retired. Suter, I think, is still playing for the Blues.
Is he really?
He went to Dallas first.
Yeah.
Then I think he's playing for the Blues now.
Huh. So let's jump into the Wild. What do you like to see? What have they been doing this year? They are the Central's stacked. Those. I think one of the three teams there are going to come and get the cup, and we can talk about that a little bit. But where the Wild now moving into this Olympic/All-Star break?
Right now they're second in the Central. They're close with Dallas. It could go either way depending on the day, who's playing a game or not. I think they're pretty much tied in points. But the way the playoffs work, the top three teams in the Central will all be in the same quarter of the bracket.
Why is that?
The way the NHL went with it, they wanted to create more divisional rivalries.
Okay.
And so the best way to create rivalries is to get them in a playoff series. And so the first round is always a divisional opponent.
Did they used to do that back when the Hawks and the Wild were battling, like back in the
I think so. I can't
mid-2000s.
remember when they...
Because they would always the Wild would always run into the Hawks when they were hot back in the day in the first round, and it would be a great series, and then Hawks would always have their number, which I'm glad, but now the Hawks are garbage, and the Wild are the team stepping up to the plate and actually making some moves. So,
yeah, I don't remember when they made that change, but there's been a lot of outcry, especially this year with how top-heavy the Central has looked, that they're wanting teams to vote to change it so that they're not can go back to 1 through 8 seeding.
Is it the Avalanche, the Wild, and the
Stars,
right? Gotcha.
I don't think anyone will catch the Avalanche. They'd have to fall off a cliff. The pedestal they're up, I think they've banked enough points that they could lose quite a bit and still be fine.
Yeah, that's nuts. Give me two of the top players that you are excited to watch moving forward with the Wild, whether it's defense, offense, and then we'll talk about the trade and get into some other things.
So I'm going to skip over Kaprizov. I feel like everyone would probably put him in there one or two.
He just signed for a bunch of money, didn't he?
Top play player ever in the NHL now.
Really?
$17 million a year.
How many years?
4.
Okay.
I think is what he signed for.
Okay.
It might have been longer. He might have done 8.
I want to say it was 6+, but I don't quote me on that.
I think they did. There was talk of him taking a shorter deal with big money, but I think he went 8 years because this is the last year you can offer an 8-year deal.
Okay.
CBA is changing next year, and at most you can offer a 7 if you're the team that already owns the player.
Okay.
6 if you're a free agent.
Got you. Okay.
8 years, $17 million. So he's locked up for life with the Wild.
Yeah. So you're passing on him because he's the guy. Yep.
Everyone knows he's coming for the goals. He'll get them. I'd say for offense, I'd like watching Boldy. He's fun with the puck, exciting young player, tied for the top on our team in goals. And then for defense, I'll also skip over Quinn Hughes because he's just insane. Small sample size of watching games of him. But I'm going to go with his D partner, Faber. He's lockdown D.
Ex-Gopher, right?
Ex-Gopher. Yep. I watched a lot of him when he played for the Gophers before the Wild had ever traded for him. So knew him as a player a little bit, and then the addition of Quinn Hughes to him, that D pair is just something to watch on the ice at all times.
Yeah, so jump into that because they traded for Hughes, which was a huge move. When I saw that come across my phone, I'm like, did they really just pull off that trade somehow, some way? And then he came in hot, like playing extremely well.
Yeah, and I mean, the teams he played on in Vancouver were never defensively sound, and the Wild have a good structure, so I think that's also helped him ease into the transition a little more because his offense is just going to come when he has the puck. There's no one that can hang with him, and he just gets it into good areas. He had an interview, I think, after the game a week or so ago that he was saying he's never had as many grade A chances in his career as he had in the first few weeks with the Wild. And, he put up the most points for a D-man in a season. I think it was back in 2016 or 17. And he's also won the award for top defenseman in the league, I believe in 22 or 23.
Yeah, he's got some pretty good accolades. When I was looking at what that trade brought to Minnesota, and they did Minnesota have to give up anything?
So we gave up probably our top prospect. He was playing some NHL games. Definitely wasn't comfortable in the league yet, but everything he's done at every other level, he's been a winner. That's Steve Buium.
I love these hockey dudes' names. They're just off the wall.
He's probably going to be a great player in the NHL, but, giving up him, you're expecting him to turn into Quinn Hughes. He was kind of an offensive defenseman.
Okay.
But if he turns into Quinn Hughes, it's probably in 3 to 4 years. So this just accelerated the timeline a little bit.
Gotcha. So it opened up your guys' window to compete for Stanley Cups a little sooner.
I think so, yeah. And right now, we definitely have the goaltending for that.
The two Swedes. They're going to be playing on the Olympic team.
Both on the Sweden Olympic team from our team. I don't think Wallstedt will probably play in the Olympics. Gustafsson will be their starter.
Okay.
Wallstedt will just be there to back up. So I don't know if that played into it at all. Like, they have a good chemistry of being 1A in a backup.
Yeah.
But the way the Wild are rolling with them, they pretty much play every other game.
Do they really? Just literally trade off?
Yeah.
Well, that's what Corey Crawford and who did they have back when Crawford was in goal too? When they were playing. Actually, no, I take that back. Corey Crawford was literally the man for the Hawks when they were making their runs, along with all their other players. But notice, guys, how I'm keep referring back to the Hawks, because there's really nothing going on with the Hawks right now besides Connor Bedard. But before we get into that, with the Wild, what's been going on the last 6 or 7 games, because everything's in overtime, and then they just played the Hawks, and we're getting stomped, and then we've freaking lost again, and that's stupid.
They're playing teams. It's almost like they're playing playoff hockey now. Everything's tightened up. I think other teams are trying to limit our chances with Quinn Hughes. Him and Faber are seeing the ice probably half a game. They're logging 25, 30 minutes, which is crazy numbers. But if they can do it, they can do it.
They made a comment. Quinn Hughes was skating like 3+ miles a game.
Yeah, and they showed some stat last game I was watching that was the amount of time while possessing the puck in a game.
Yeah.
And he's blown by forwards by double the amount. The average I think is like 2 minutes a game of actually having the puck on your tape, and he's sitting at like 3.5, 4 minutes.
Jeepers. Which is kind of wild because, well, if you're that talented and you're a D-man and you're running the point and on the power play at least, and you're doing all that stuff, that's such a big asset.
That's probably been the biggest part of where he's added in is our power play was not anything special before, and now every time we get a power play chance, it's a very good chance at goal. And a lot of the times in the last couple of years, if we got a power play, it was like, are we even going to get it in the zone this time or not?
Oh, really?
So it's been a big addition to have someone that demands the puck and can get the puck in by himself if needed and not have to use other players to get it in.
In relationship to, again, because I can only really pull from old Blackhawk stuff, and when it was Kane and Taze, Seabrook and Duncan Keith, does Quinn Hughes possess any of those kind of qualities with those two guys? Because that's how Seabrook and Duncan Keith were as well. They demanded the puck. They set up Kane. Well, Kane set up a lot of people, but they helped those guys get into scoring positions.
Yeah, and I'd say Seabrook and Keith are probably a little more defensive-minded than Quinn is.
Okay.
Quinn's almost like a fourth forward on the ice. He's smaller in stature. He holds his own in the D zone, but on that defensive unit, it's Faber taking a brunt of the net front work, whereas I feel like Seabrook and Keith, they were kind of interchangeable. If no one was going to mess with either of them in front of the net.
No, you're right. They were.
And so when people get one-on-one with Hughes, they're taking him to the net if they can.
Okay.
He'd rather be the guy behind the net playing along the boards.
Yeah.
And leaving the middle of the ice to Faber, but they're making it work between the two of them pretty well.
Nice. What's the future outlook for the Wild? You guys talk about the window, talk about what you see coming down the line. And now that you guys got rid of one of your top prospects, do you have any other prospects in college right now or in the system that you guys are looking at?
In that trade, we also gave up, I wouldn't really consider Rossi a prospect anymore. He's been in the league now 3-4 years. We drafted him in 2020, and he never really blossomed the way we thought he would. He was still a solid player, but I think everyone kind of had expectations of him of a number one center, and he was better suited for third or second line center.
Okay.
So we gave him up, and then we also gave up a young winger, which I would consider our other top prospects. We gave up three prospects and a first-round pick.
What year? Next year?
Next year's first-round pick.
Okay.
So we gave up quite a bit, but all those guys don't fit the new timeline after making the Quinn Hughes trade anyways, I didn't think. So, you're giving up on them, but they were going to be NHL players in 3 to 4 years, whereas we're hoping to win a cup before that.
So with this Hughes move, getting rid of the 3 prospects, giving up a first-round draft pick, where are the Wild right now? Do you guys have other prospects lined up? I know you mentioned someone from Michigan State right now is playing, and then
so we have 2 intriguing prospects. I'd say Stramel. He was also a first-round pick, kind of identified as a bust. He played at Wisconsin his freshman year, barely got playing time, was kind of their healthy scratch guy.
Okay.
They got a new coach in Wisconsin, the guy from Mankato, and then he decided to hit the transfer portal.
Everyone else in college these days?
I'd say high school coach. He didn't play high school hockey. He played for the USA National Development Team.
Okay.
His coach there is now the head coach at Michigan State. He's been there the last 2-3 years, and I'd say probably one of the top college players this year. So,
over at Michigan State?
At Michigan
Nice.
State. So he'll be NHL eligible after this year. I'm guessing he'll sign his contract then. He doesn't have any college eligibility left.
So if he keeps doing what he's doing and the Wild keep doing what they're doing, what's fascinating about hockey, I don't know if you guys know this, is that kids can leave college right when their season is done and come to the team that they're drafted on, or have the Wild has the rights to this kid. Isn't that nuts? And some of these kids just come in flawlessly and they get put into these games and they fit in extremely well. Hockey is fascinating when it comes to that side of the sport.
And I think he'll fit in really well with this team. If we don't make a trade for another center before the trade deadline, I think he will kind of be considered as our trade addition at a center. I mean, we need centers, I'd say, is our biggest position of need for the rest of the year. I mean, competing with the likes of Colorado and Dallas, I mean, they're very strong down the middle.
Yeah.
We don't really have that. We have a lot of interchangeable parts that on any given night, someone could look like a first-line center, and on any given night, they could also look like the fourth-line center. So,
and I missed that. Is this Michigan State kid a center?
He is.
He is. Okay, sweet. Okay.
So I think he'll fit in nice. There's another one that we were talking Yurov, but he's playing NHL minutes right now. They've got him anywhere between first and third-line center. He's a Russian kid. Played in the KHL as an underage player in the KHL, which is the league Kirill Kaprizov played in.
16?
Yeah, he was playing when he was 16, 17. And the
crazy.
KHL is like Russians' NHL. And they have grown men playing in these leagues that either went to the NHL, came back, or just didn't have any interest in playing in North America.
It's crazy.
So it is a pretty strong league. I'd say it's probably the second best league worldwide behind the NHL. So it's not a juniors league. It's a full-fledged professional league that he was playing in.
Speaking of juniors quick, it's fascinating, and I know we've talked about this. You'll have 22, 23-year-old freshmen coming into college because these kids are trying to make the NHL, or they're trying to make these other leagues, and going to juniors is one of those things. So a lot of these kids will go to juniors, wherever that is, and live with a host family for years and try to make it, which is crazy. And then time to go to college.
Well, even some of the high school students now here in Minnesota, I mean, we have a pretty heavy high school hockey scene. The some kids will even leave high school hockey at 15, 16 and go play juniors. which is anywhere from, I think, 16 to 21, I think they can be age-wise.
That's wild.
And a lot of the colleges, like the big-time college programs, like the Gophers, they won't even take incoming, like, true freshmen onto their team. They'll almost force them to go play a year of juniors.
Really?
And then come in older because, I mean, they know what they're going to be competing against from other squads having 23, 24-year-old freshmen.
That's nuts. That's nuts. Well, it sounds like the Wild are they look pretty locked in for at least the next 3-4 years, in my opinion. If you got Krill on your team, you're probably going to be able to put some good players around him and do something.
I mean, most of the team is locked up as well. Boldy's on a very friendly contract. He signed, I think, 2 years ago, a 7-year deal for only $7 million a year.
Oh.
Which looks like probably one of the best contracts in the NHL at this time. Decor is locked up. Faber's on an 8-year deal. The biggest question mark will be with trading for Quinn Hughes is he only has 1 year left on his deal. If we can get an extension worked out with him or not is kind of the big question. There's been a lot of talk that he wants to go play with his two brothers play for the New Jersey Devils.
Oh.
So he's always said he wants to play with his brothers, but where that is, he's never said.
Why New Jersey, though? New Jersey's got nothing going on. Like, why wouldn't, like, a player of his caliber, why wouldn't you want to stay in Minnesota?
Yeah, I mean, and that's the hope with trading for him. We'll show him we play good hockey, and hopefully that talks more than family matters. But I don't think New Jersey really has the financial to pay him either. I think they've got a lot of large contracts right now, so they'd have to get off some money to pay for him. They didn't even want to trade pieces for him, but they also might not have wanted to trade pieces for him because they think they can get him in a year for free or just as a free agent. So
okay. Huh.
Hard to say, but
I think you guys are set. I think you're okay for a while.
Yeah, I mean, worst comes of it, he's here for 2 years because we still have him next year and the rest of this year, and maybe you try to win one in those 2 years, and if he walks, he walks. But, I mean, playing meaningful hockey's got to mean something to some players, and hopefully he's one of those. And
I think it means more to hockey players, honestly, because you'll see other professional sports and professional organizations, these guys are like, well, I want to win now, and if we don't win now, I'm leaving. Oh, we didn't win. Okay, I'm going to leave.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to opt out. I don't know. Hockey dudes are just built different. And
I do think there's a lot of wanting to win in hockey. I mean, Connor McDavid, the best player in the world, I would say. I mean, he's up there with McKinnon. Honestly, both of them.
Oh, yeah.
In the last summer, took contract extensions for well below market value. I mean, when Kirill signed his deal, everyone thought McDavid was waiting for other players to sign for these high money because, I mean, he could have asked for the world and probably gotten it from Edmonton, and then he took $12 million a year. So
I think he's doing just fine.
Yeah, I agree.
Sponsorships are helping him out, all that good stuff. Before we get into the Blackhawks, let's talk about this outdoor game that's going on right now in Florida.
Yeah, Tampa Bay.
That's not it's Florida. You don't hear hockey. Well, you hear hockey in Florida because the last how many Stanley Cup champions were coming out of Florida?
Yeah,
quite a few.
Panthers have won the last two in a row.
Tampa Bay won a couple
of years ago with back-to-backs,
which is nuts. So they're playing in Tampa Bay right now, and I just saw they removed an insulated barn type awning thing over the ice to keep it frozen. I'm very curious how that ice is going to hold up as this game goes on.
I think it'll be fine. They put a lot of money into these outdoor stadiums. Even when they brought it to the Target Field, the Wild had a game.
Yeah.
When was that? 2021 probably, or 22.
Yep. Your guess is as good as mine.
I went to the game. I don't remember what year it was.
Oh, really?
It was cold. It was very cold. But they put a lot of money into those rinks to make sure the ice is playable. Because, I mean, even if you get too cold, that's an issue if the ice gets too hard.
True.
So
with you going to that game, was it worth it? Because I've heard it's sometimes not because you're so far away from the ice, and it's hard to see because hockey has such a tiny puck and it moves so fast.
Yeah, so the experience of the whole day, well worth it.
Okay.
Even though, I mean, when I say cold, it was like negative 30.
No.
Like, it was cold.
I'm out.
Game-wise, it was hard to watch. I mean,
yeah,
you kind of know what's happening in hockey the more you watch hockey. You know where the puck is going or anticipate going, so you can kind of follow it that way. It was frigid. It was hard to watch. I mean, you just didn't want to be there anymore, but it was fun. They had a concert in between a couple of the intermissions.
They're actually decently bundled up in Florida right now, too.
Yeah,
so maybe it is kind of cold.
It is in the 40s, I believe they were saying. I saw something earlier this week that said, so they're playing Boston, and Boston has had quite a few different outdoor games. I believe the last Boston outdoor game was actually warmer than this one in Florida.
Really?
I want to say it was 48 or 49 when they had it, and this one I think was anticipated to be at like 42 or 43.
Jeepers. Hey, I like it. I think it would be cool to go see one of those one of these days, but
I mean, even the people in Florida, they're going to bundle up when it's below 60.
Yeah, I know. 62 degrees, and they're in winter jackets. So let's talk about the Blackhawks real quick. You can chime in as much as you want, but we are in that Bedard era. We got our guy. We have a player that we can build around. He's 20 years old right now.
Yep.
I think. He was hurt earlier this year with a shoulder, upper body, because hockey loves to just
be
say
discreet.
Upper body, lower body, and upper body could be a broken nose, upper body can be a hurt hip, and then anything below the hip is lower body injury.
Yeah, they're very discreet, and then when the playoffs are done, you realize what players are playing with, and it's like, how are you even skating?
Broken femurs, torn ACLs, broken hands. Yeah, it's pretty unreal. But yeah, we got our guy Bedard. He's back. He's hot again. It's nice to see the defensive side of things when it comes to other teams. They're really cheating towards him. I think our issue right now is we don't have that second punch yet when it comes to who Bedard can rely on when he doesn't have the puck.
Yeah.
Teuvo Teravainen, he's older. He's kind of out of his prime. But other than that, if he's not making plays, we're not really doing much.
Yeah, and I think they fully bought into a youth movement now, because it seemed like the first year after Bedard, I think they thought they could compete right away with him and just signed a whole bunch of old guys on bad contracts.
Yep.
And it kind of set them back when they couldn't hang with the rest of the league at that point. And so now they got a whole bunch of young guys. They drafted a couple Gophers the last couple of years, guys I was hoping to get to the Wild. So I've been watching them a little bit closely. But they're fast. Their team has got a lot of speed.
Yeah, the Hawks.
That's what I've noticed the most when they've been, especially when we play against the Wild. It seems like they jump out right away, start hot, but they tend not to play a full game. I don't know if that's the youth aspect of it or coaching or what it is, but it can't seem to finish games. And I think that's been their biggest problem.
Could be a little bit of both, because we've watched both of the Hawks Wild games together, and they've both been over at your house, and the Hawks jumped out to a 2-0, 3-0 lead each time, and then we lost both times in overtime.
Yeah,
and then the last one was a shootout. Last one was a shootout, so it kind of sucks to watch, because you're like, okay, promising, and then we give up 3 unanswered goals, and then we lose. So our defense struggles. I think, personally, they're not the best at reading things. They're letting people just kind of do what they want on the defense side. Goaltending for us is really inconsistent. We'll have a guy who shuts out a good team, and then we'll have him give up 4 or 5 goals the next game. So,
yeah, I think their defensive problems also come from they play with so much speed on offense that they tend to cheat the game a little bit. They're jumping out way into the zone. I mean, they're getting good chances from it, but they're not staying true. So, like, watching the Wild, they play a very structured defense. They're not giving up a lot of odd man rushes. They're always staying back. It hurts our offense a little bit because we don't have a lot of rush chances.
Yeah.
But we get the puck back, and then we possess, and then you score a goal. And kind of letting the game reward hard work, whereas it seems like the Blackhawks are trying to cheat the game a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, that's what we need to do to win, but I don't see our window being open anytime soon. I think Bedard needs another 2-3 years. We need to get rid of some of these old contracts, older guys. Now, the older guys are decent, and we got good leadership there, but it's just not. We need to get other young skaters with Bedard that are also experienced, and I think they can be they can be dangerous. And honestly, I think it would be, so the Wild now are sitting in, again, old Blackhawks reference. You guys can comment, complain, do whatever you want on the chat. Just hit me up saying you just talk about the Blackhawks too much. It's past all their prime. It is. But the Wild are now, I think, what the Blackhawks were back in 2015, 2016, 2017. And then the Hawks now are itching towards that time where we'll get the 7 or 8 seed. Not this year. Maybe in the next couple of years. And then we'll just get trounced in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, if you get the 7 or 8 seed, you can just hope that you get out of the Central, because the wild card team then gets pushed to the Pacific team as well. And the looks of it now, that might be a prime spot to go. If the Wild drop a couple games, it wouldn't be a bad place to be. I think wild card spot number 1.
Yeah, you think they will?
No, I think they'll win too many games for that. But
hey guys, let's tank a little bit for this last thing.
Because I mean, then I think Vegas is probably in the first seed over there right now.
I think so.
But 2 and 3,
Vegas
would be
is
nothing.
the first seed.
So you'd have to play Vegas round 1, but they don't scare me as much as the Stars or the Avalanche, which you'd have to play in back-to-back rounds.
Oh, that'd be rough.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be really rough. So there it is, a little NHL talk, a lot more Wild talk than the Blackhawks talk. Our shining star, Bedard, he's back. He's had 2 goals in the last 2 games. He was non-existent against the Wild. They pretty much shut him down. He didn't do much. He lost the puck in the shootout.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, come on.
He hasn't had good luck in the shootout against the Wild, though. When we had Fleury, he tripped him in one of them in the shootouts and sent him on a flying...
Really?
Flying dive into the corner.
Oh, man. All right. Let's jump into the Olympics. We're going to finish up with some Olympic talk. We have the Olympics coming up in 2 days. The first time that the NFL players are back in quite a while. I don't have the exact day. But we got some big hitters. We got Crosby, McDavid, Matthews, Hughes. Bedard is not on the Canadian team as of right now, but he is going to be that first call if someone were to get hurt here in the next couple days. So, what do we have? What are you looking forward to when it comes to the Olympic hockey? Like, what do you like about international hockey first, and then we'll go from there.
I just like seeing different players playing with people they don't typically play with, getting them on squad. I mean, they're all-star squads, but they're grouped differently than you would have ever thought of grouping them and playing with them. It's nice to see a lot of Wild players on quite a few of the squads, so be something to keep an eye on. I mean, they're littered across multiple. I think we have 4 or 5 on the Sweden team, so that'll be a team that I'll be keeping an eye on.
2 goalies.
Than the USA, Canada, but there are a lot of Wild players out there. It also, our GM is the GM of the USA hockey team.
Oh, really? The Wild GM?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
So I think that also helped to get Boldy, Faber, Hughes, all of them on there. But I think they would have been on regardless of who was GM. The only one that would have been any sort of question, I think, would have been Boldy and maybe Faber. But
hey, the way they're playing right now, they deserve that spot, though.
Yeah.
They deserve that spot. So here's some fun facts. Did you know the Olympic ice is bigger than the NHL?
Not this year, though. They're playing on an NHL-sized rink, but it's actually even smaller than an NHL-sized rink. So an Olympic-sized sheet is quite a bit wider.
It's way wider. It's the same length,
NHL
isn't it?
So the Olympics' ploy to get NHL players back in the Olympics was to make it a regulation-sized NHL. And that's
which is
what
wild.
The NHL was pushing for.
Keep going. I got a comment about that, but keep going.
So the Olympic sheet is super wide. The Gophers actually used to play on an Olympic-sized sheet.
I was going to ask that. Are they still playing on an Olympic size?
No, they changed, added some more luxury seats down by the glass.
So Mariucci is now a smaller
now an NHL-sized rink. They changed because they wanted to get recruits wanting to play NHL hockey. I mean, a lot of teams, if they drafted them, would tell them, don't even go play for the Gophers because, I mean, you're not going to develop well. I mean, but you just have more space.
Here's my thing with that. You just said it, more space. Don't these high-level players, if McKinnon gets space, if McDavid gets space, if Crosby gets space, even though he's older, they are so dangerous. Like, wouldn't you want that?
But then, so, like, in the development years, they're saying it hurts their game because they're expecting to have more space and can dangle and wheel. And
Okay. Yeah, so
then-
they're playing with the puck a little bit too much.
Yep, and then they
yeah.
get in the NHL game and they just got someone on them right away.
Okay.
So that's the thing of the developmental-wise. So then the Gophers changed it so that they can hope to attract players that are wanting to play in the NHL because, I mean, that's the only way you're going to compete for
That makes
NCAA
sense
championships.
then. Okay, that makes sense. So there's not going to be more width to the game
No.
this year. So really quick, how much do you know about the stadium? Like what happened there? Because at one point it wasn't even complete. There was no roof on it.
Yeah, I don't know why they started building it so late. I've seen speculation and stuff. They've had bad engineers, but I don't think anything's fully come out for it other than they were just behind on building it. A calculation was done wrong in the conversion between meters to feet.
Oh, boy.
And that is why we're actually going to be, I think it's 2 or 3 feet shorter than an NHL rink.
Really?
And they just took that out of the neutral zone. So it's going to be a short neutral zone. Probably not noticeable to anyone watching, really. But it probably will speed up the game
They'll take,
a little
what,
bit.
2 feet, 1 foot on each side probably? 2
Yeah.
feet on each side?
Well, they left each offensive, defensive zone the same size as an NHL rink and just took all of it from the middle.
Got you. Which makes sense. That's where you would probably have to take it from. Key insights. What do we got? Let's go. Do you know the groups?
I do not know the groups. I know Canada and USA will not play each other until the gold medal game if they make it, whether they finish first or second in their pool to make it to the knockouts. Is Canada,
Okay.
Czech Republic,
Okay.
France, Switzerland. So I would expect Canada and Czech to get out of that one.
It's a 12-team tournament. We didn't say that. So there's
Yep.
12 teams in it. And then 2 teams will come out of each group, right?
Yep, and then I
Based
think 8 total make the knockout, if I remember seeing something right. So there'd be like a wild card out of the rest of the 3.
Okay. So Canada and Sweden in that one, we say.
Czech.
Or Canada and Czech? Oh, yeah, okay.
And then Group B is Finland, Italy, Slovakia, Sweden. And then Group C is Denmark,
So probably Finland and Sweden out of that one?
Germany. Yeah, I would probably say that. Latvia and the United States.
Okay. Deal. So, 2 favorites, from what I've read, you can chime in and say what you need to say, is Canada and the U.S. The U.S. is always going to kind of be that top favorite, but Canada's got it probably right on top, right?
I'd say Canada's probably at the top. My dark horse would actually probably be Sweden. I think they have a chance to play some really good hockey.
Sweden, okay.
Depending how the bracket shakes out on which side, if they get on USA or Canada's side, will probably play a big role. If they get on the USA side, I think they push Canada hard in a championship match, but I don't know if they can get them before that.
Canada's just dangerous. Like you said this before, but you got Sidney Crosby potentially playing
Third line.
line.
Yeah, I mean, down the middle, they're going to be tough to defend regardless of who you have on the ice. I mean, you have McDavid, McKinnon, Crosby, all on different lines, and they're probably the 3 best centers in the world.
Yeah.
And they're all on one team.
And it's something about hockey, too. It's like their egos aren't going to get in the way of each other.
No.
Like,
and
if someone needs to step up, someone's going to step up. If someone needs to take a step back and do a little bit more, I don't know, not handling as much puck, but just drawing defensive players to them, they're going to do that.
Especially with, I'd say that's especially for Canadian hockey. They seem to really play for country. I mean, USA hockey, I don't think they really get a lot of it growing up of wanting to play for USA hockey, where it seems like we're really trying to play for the Canadian hockey team. It means a big deal.
That's almost just any U.S. team sport in general.
Yeah.
I think.
The USA players are just trying to develop to make it to the pro league, whereas these other countries are trying to make it for their country team. Different goals.
U.S. is pretty loaded though. We got Matthews, we got Hughes, we got Fox, we got Quinn. Hughes, like we're not just going to be someone to walk over though.
No, and I mean, no one on the USA team will back down from a fight either. I
like that.
The Chukuk brothers on one line gave Canada some fits in that 4 Nations tournament last year.
Okay.
They started a game with a fight in the first 10, 15 seconds, I think, of one of the games.
I love that.
There's a pretty big rivalry from that last year. So if the Canada-USA ever match up, it will be definitely record that game, watch that game, tune in wherever you can. That will be a great game.
Do you think that mock Olympic, the Tournament of Nations, is that what they called it?
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to roll over? You think some of that blood's going to roll over?
I think so. I mean, it seemed to even roll over into games last year and into the early part of the NHL year this year between some of those Canada-USA players. It didn't seem to really impact Finland or Sweden much, but
Sweden, some notes I got on them. Defensive first mentality, and then they're not going to beat themselves, and they're going to force you to overplay. So Sweden's just going to be a very, very sound, solid squad throughout the whole tournament. You know anything else about the Swedes? And they got good goaltending right now.
I would say they probably have the best goaltending as of right now. USA and Canada. Canada's probably got the most suspect out of the big four, which I'd say is USA, Canada, Sweden, Finland.
Okay.
The other teams, they might win a game here or there, but I don't think they're going to compete tournament long. But out of those four, I'd say Canada probably has the worst goaltending.
Okay.
Between them and Finland. But it seems like Binnington for Canada, whenever there's big games, he rises to the occasion, especially playing for Canada. I don't like him as a goalie in the NHL whatsoever.
Okay.
I think he's actually pretty bad, but he seems to still be playing for the Blues. He won him a Stanley Cup in 2019.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Pretty much by hot goaltending because they were not a very good team. And
Dude, goaltenders are kind of kooky. They get into these weird states.
But might be a little biased on the Sweden goaltending because it is two Minnesota Wild goalies, but the ones playing in the NHL right now, I'd say they're probably the hottest of any of them.
Gotcha. Finland, I have as my tournament nightmare. You got Barkarov. Am I saying that right? Barkov,
yep.
Best shutdown center in the world, wins the puck battles, and neutralizes a lot of the star players without penalizing himself or the team, which is going to be huge when you're playing against teams like the USA and like Canada.
Yeah, because those power plays will be extremely dangerous. If they give them opportunities on the power play, it's pretty much a wrap.
Yeah, it's the way they can control the puck, handle the puck, and who they have on both sides of the ice. It's going to be pretty crazy. It's going to be really fun to watch. So my sleeper and dark horse is Finland. You said the Swedes.
Yeah, I'd say the Swedes.
Okay.
I mean, everyone's going to be picking between USA or Canada, but that's just an easy choice.
Yeah. I got Finland. As the nightmare that you probably don't want to run into. You got the Swedes. I am pulling full USA, obviously.
Yep.
It's gonna be special. And I think some of that blood will boil over from that international tournament that the NHL did last year or 2 years ago, whenever it was. So.
Yeah, the biggest thing I'm going to be watching for, especially if they do it, is there's been a lot of talk of putting Faber and Hughes together as a D pair for the USA team. If they do that, I'll be watching every shift.
Because they do not do that right now in the Wild.
They do.
They do?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they didn't know if they'd do it for USA Hockey.
Got you.
But if they do, I hope they do.
That'd be sweet. Why not? If it's working right now in the NHL and they're the third best team.
Well, the most talk I've seen is that Faber will maybe be the scratch.
Okay.
They got some pretty strong defensemen, and that also give offense, but he's also been giving offense since we got Quinn Hughes. They know how to play together.
Yeah.
So I'd hope they probably play them together, but not a guarantee. I mean, looking at it from the talk and like expected lineups, it always looked like Faber was going to be the odd man out because they take 7D, and he looks like maybe he'd be the 7th.
Gotcha. Last couple things. Team chemistry. Hockey-wise, it's pretty easy for these guys to kind of just come in and fill in a system, right? Are a lot of the systems in hockey somewhat the same?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of teams are starting to play the same way. I mean,
yeah,
there's certain ways to defend certain players, and so they kind of copy defensive systems, and figuring out offense to go against those systems all kind of work the same. So it'd be kind of like basketball, kind of running a similar set of plays, whether you're playing man or zone.
Gotcha.
And I mean, the defensive systems in hockey are man or zone.
Yeah. And then overtime hockey in the Olympics, it's not like the NHL. It's not 3-on-3.
Nope.
It's full intermission, and we're still playing 20 minutes, right?
Yep.
Still
They'll just keep going.
Minutes?
Yep.
And it's sudden death?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, the NHL in the regular season...
That's only in the knockout. If it ends in a draw during group play, I do believe it just ends.
Draw or shootout?
Just a draw.
Just a draw. So they do get a tie.
A tie point.
And then it comes down to goal differential.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. Got you. So, yeah, there's a lot on the line. I like international play in anything. Like, I'll watch the World Cup, men's and women's. Ryder Cup for golf, I'll watch that. When it comes to the USA getting together, there's just something more to it, in my opinion.
Yep. I've already got my Peacock subscription ready for the Olympics. I'll watch... I'll throw it on while I'm working, just have something on pretty much 24/7 from the time the Olympics start till the end.
Yeah, I would definitely be watching the Olympics in this office as well. If you guys can see this setup, it's pretty legit. It's pretty legit. So, DJ, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on. We're gonna have to do this again. I can get into a little bit more hockey talk. We'll have to see if Matt and Trevor ever want to dabble, but I can see both of them just being like,
hey, maybe in a couple of weeks we can get them for some international hockey.
Oh, we should. Should we make them watch a couple games?
Yeah.
Take some notes?
Prerequisite before they get on the pod.
I love it. Thanks.
Make them watch like Latvia, Denmark, or something like that.
Just some...
No NHL play. They might have a couple, but...
Maybe one on each team. Just some random games. They're not going to be played at crazy hours, are they?
I don't think so. I think it was like 9 a.m.s and 2:30 p.m.s or something like that.
That's not too bad. We got a lot coming up on the podcast. We do appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. If you do enjoy this podcast, a rating on Spotify would be amazing. That would help us a ton. You guys are tuning in. There's a lot of new people actually from around the world, which is kind of crazy. Looking at the statistics, we have the Olympic podcast, hockey podcast coming out, and then March Madness is going to be starting soon. We're going to have to get... You're a college basketball guy, aren't you? Or are you not watching much of it?
I mean, not a whole lot, but...
Dang, you, Trevor, and Matt are not diving into college too much.
I dive in March.
You dive in March. Okay, perfect. So we might have to get Papa P on that one, because we've had him on a couple times last year when it came to March Madness. But we'll have to do that, and then we'll get a full Olympic podcast here, too. We're going to try to do something fancy where... we all sit around the couches and turn on some just random Olympic sporting event and then go from there.
NBA All-Stars reserves were just announced.
Ooh, okay, give them a quick little preview.
Anthony Edwards, Jamal Murray, Chet Holmgren, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Denny Advia, and LeBron James.
These are the reserves?
Yep. East, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Johnson, Karl Anthony Towns, Pascal Siakam, Norman Powell, Scotty Barnes, and Jalen Duren.
Okay. Real quick, did anyone get snubbed?
I don't know. The biggest thing coming up on my phone is LeBron makes another All-Star game. Yeah. 22 consecutive.
They had to.
I mean...
they had to give it to him.
I think they missed out on not putting him in as a starter.
Yeah, that's all right. LeBron has enough records. Love the guy. I'm a big LeBron guy. I think he plays the game right. But we're getting off topic. Thank you so much for tuning in. And DJ, you'll be back.
Sounds good.
Don't be shy. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.